Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are really happy you are spending your time learning English with us today.
Hi friends, it is so nice to have you here again. Whether you're listening at home, on the bus, or while relaxing somewhere comfortable.
And today we have a very useful and interesting topic for you.
Yes, we do. But before we start the lesson, I want to ask Sophia a simple question just to warm things up a little.
Oh no, questions already? Okay, go ahead, I'm ready.
If you had to describe your personality using only one word, what word would you choose?
Only one word is really difficult, but I think I would choose the word organized.
I was almost certain you would say that. Your desk is always neat and your notes are perfectly arranged.
I cannot help it. Having things organized makes me feel calm and focused.
That makes a lot of sense. So let me turn the question back to you. How would you describe my personality in one word?
I would say curious, because you are always asking questions and wanting to learn something new.
I like that word, and it actually connects very nicely to what we were talking about today.
Exactly. Today's lesson is all about how to talk about personality in English in a natural and confident way.
This topic is extremely important because people ask about personality all the time in real-life situations.
You might hear these questions in job interviews, when meeting new friends, or when having deeper conversations with people.
And when you know the right words and sentence patterns, you sound more confident and much more natural in English.
Before we continue, we just want to say that if you enjoy learning with us, please subscribe.
Yes, subscribing really helps us grow and it allows us to keep making relaxed and useful English lessons for you.
All right, now let us begin with a short personal story to make this lesson more real and relatable.
Sophia, have you ever had an awkward moment when you had to describe yourself in English?
Oh, yes, definitely. And I still remember it very clearly even now.
That already sounds interesting. What happened?
During my very first job interview, the interviewer asked me to tell them about myself.
That is such a common question, but it can feel very stressful.
Exactly. My mind went completely blank and I suddenly forgot every English word I knew.
That feeling is too familiar for many learners.
I finally said, I'm nice, and then I stopped talking completely.
Just, I'm nice and nothing else?
Yes, and in that moment, I knew it was not enough, but I didn't know what else to say.
That is exactly why today's lesson is so useful because many people have the same problem.
After this lesson, you will have many words and patterns to help you describe your personality clearly.
Let us start with some positive personality traits that are very common and very useful.
Great idea, and the first word I want to talk about is friendly.
Friendly people are warm, approachable, and easy to talk to, and most people enjoy being around them.
If you are friendly, you smile, you listen, and you help others feel comfortable.
My neighbor is extremely friendly, and every morning he waves and asks how my day is going.
That is such a small action, but it can really make someone feel good.
I think I'm friendly too, but I need my morning coffee first.
That is very understandable. Coffee changes everything.
Another very important personality trait is honest.
Honest people tell the truth and do not try to hide things or deceive others.
Honesty is one of the qualities I value the most in friendships and at work.
Same here, because trust is very hard to rebuild once it's broken.
You can say simple sentences like, I am an honest person, or honesty is important to me.
Those sentences are clear, natural, and easy to use.
Now let's talk about hardworking, which is a great word for professional situations.
Hardworking means you put in effort and you don't give up easily when things are difficult.
My sister is very hardworking and she studies late into the night almost every day.
That takes a lot of dedication and discipline.
I try to be hardworking too, but I also need time to rest.
Rest is important. Being hardworking doesn't mean exhausting yourself.
Another common word is confident.
Confident people believe in their abilities, but they are not rude or arrogant.
Confidence is attractive, but arrogance usually pushes people away.
That is a very important difference to remember.
Now let's talk about patient, which is especially important for teachers and parents.
Patient people can wait calmly and handle situations without getting angry quickly.
I'm still working on my patience, especially when things don't go as planned.
We all are. Patience is a lifelong skill.
Another nice word is creative.
Creative people think in original ways and often come up with new ideas or solutions.
You don't have to be an artist to be creative. Creativity can appear in everyday problem solving.
That's a great point. Creativity shows up in many forms.
Our last positive personality word for now is reliable.
Reliable people do what they say they will do, and others can depend on them.
Being reliable builds trust and strong relationships over time.
So far, we have talked about friendly, honest, hardworking, confident, patient, creative, and reliable.
These are all positive traits, but real people are more complex than that.
Exactly. Nobody has only positive traits, and that's completely normal.
That's why it's important to talk about personality in a realistic and balanced way.
And that leads us naturally to the next part of our conversation about personality.
All right, now let us move from positive traits and talk about the more realistic sides of personality that everyone has.
Yes, this is where personality becomes more interesting because no one is perfect and no one is the same all the time.
Exactly. And talking honestly about these traits actually makes you sound more natural and confident in English.
Let me start with a common question. Would you describe yourself as shy or outgoing?
That is a great question because many people feel they are somewhere in the middle.
I agree, and for me personally, I'm not extremely shy, but I'm also not the life of the party.
The life of the party is a great expression, and it means the most energetic and fun person in a group.
Yes, and I enjoy conversations, but I prefer small groups rather than being the center of attention.
Same here. I like deep conversations with a few people instead of loud, crowded situations.
When I was younger, I was actually much shyer than I am now.
Really? That surprises me because you seem very confident today.
Thank you, but confidence is something I practiced over time.
That is an important point because personality is not fixed and it can change.
Exactly, and being shy is not a bad thing at all.
Shy people are often good listeners and very thoughtful.
On the other side, outgoing people enjoy meeting new people and socializing a lot.
My brother is extremely outgoing and can start a conversation with almost anyone.
That is a real skill, and I admire people like that.
Another common pair of personality traits is talkative and quiet.
I would say I'm more on the quiet side, especially when I meet new people.
I have noticed that you often listen carefully before you speak.
Yes, I like to think before I talk, and that helps me express myself clearly.
I'm definitely more talkative, especially when I feel comfortable.
That is true, but talkative people help keep conversations going.
Quiet people are not boring, they're just more reserved.
Exactly. Both styles are completely valid and useful.
Let us talk about another pair, serious and funny.
I'm probably more serious, especially when I'm focused on work.
And I try to be funny, even if my jokes are not always successful.
Humor makes life lighter, even during stressful times.
Serious people are not cold, they're just usually focused and responsible.
Yes, and funny people often help others relax and feel comfortable.
Now let's move on to organized and spontaneous.
I am very organized, and I love making lists and plans.
I can confirm that your calendar is incredibly detailed.
Planning helps me feel in control and less stressed.
I am more spontaneous, and I enjoy making decisions in the moment.
That would stress me out a little, but I admire your flexibility.
Being spontaneous can be fun, but sometimes it causes problems too.
Exactly. That's why balance is important.
Another interesting pair is emotional and logical.
I am quite logical, and I like to think things through carefully.
I am more emotional, and I often react based on how I feel.
When I have a problem, I analyze it step by step.
When I have a problem, I usually talk about my feelings first.
That is very true, and both approaches are helpful in different ways.
Personality also shows in how we work with others.
Yes, for example, being independent or team-oriented.
I enjoy working in teams because I get energy from other people.
I'm more independent, and I like having control over my work.
But we can both adapt depending on the situation.
Flexibility is a very important part of personality.
Now that we know many personality words, the next question is how to actually use them in sentences.
This is where many learners struggle because they only say very short, basic sentences.
For example, many people say, I am organized, and then stop.
That sentence is correct, but it sounds very simple and unfinished.
Let us learn some better sentence patterns that sound more natural.
Pattern number 1 is I would describe myself as.
This pattern sounds thoughtful and professional.
For example, you can say, I would describe myself as organized and detail-oriented.
Or, I would describe myself as creative and open-minded.
This pattern is perfect for job interviews and formal situations.
Pattern number 2 is people say I am or people tell me I am.
This pattern sounds humble because you're sharing other people's opinions.
For example, people say I am a good listener.
Or, people tell me I am very patient.
It sounds less like bragging and more like observation.
Pattern number 3 is I tend to be or I am generally.
This shows self-awareness and honesty.
For example, I tend to be quiet in new situations.
Or, I am generally optimistic even when things are difficult.
Pattern number 4 is very useful for talking about weaknesses.
That pattern is, I can be a bit sometimes.
For example, I can be a bit impatient sometimes, especially when I'm stressed.
Notice how adding context makes it sound softer and more natural.
Pattern number 5 is I'm the type of person who.
This pattern shows your personality through actions, not just words.
For example, I'm the type of person who always arrives early.
Or, I'm the type of person who remembers birthdays.
Pattern number 6 is about growth and improvement.
That pattern is, I am working on becoming more, or I am trying to be more.
For example, I am working on becoming more confident in public speaking.
This pattern shows maturity and a positive mindset.
Let us put these patterns together in a full example.
I would describe myself as friendly and outgoing. People say I am a good communicator. I tend to be optimistic, and I am working on becoming a better listener.
That sounded very natural and balanced. Now you try, Sophia. I would describe myself as organized and dependable. People tell me I am detail-oriented. I'm the type of person who always has a backup plan, and I am trying to be more flexible.
That was excellent and much better than just saying one word.
Exactly. And now let's look at how personality can change depending on the situation.
This is very important because we are not the same at work and at home.
At work, I am very focused, punctual, and professional.
With friends and family, you are more relaxed and playful.
Yes, context really matters.
And in new situations, personality can change again.
With people I do not know well, I am usually quiet at first.
But once you feel comfortable, you open up more.
Exactly. And learners can say, I am reserved at first, but I warm up quickly.
Stress is another situation where personality often changes.
When I'm stressed, I become more serious and quiet.
When I'm stressed, I become impatient and need to slow down.
Knowing this helps you describe yourself honestly.
All of this leads us naturally to an important next step.
Yes, because even with good vocabulary, learners still make common mistakes.
And in the next part, we will help everyone avoid those mistakes and sound much more natural.
Now, let us talk about common mistakes learners make when describing personality, because avoiding these mistakes will really improve your English.
Yes, even advanced learners make these errors, so do not worry if some of them sound familiar.
Mistake number 1 is saying, I am a boring person, when you actually mean something else.
That is a big one because saying I am boring means your personality is not interesting to others.
If you feel bored in a moment, you should say, I am bored, not I am boring.
Exactly. I am bored describes your feeling now, while I am boring describes your personality.
Mistake number 2 is forgetting the article when needed, like saying, I am very shy person.
The correct sentence is, I am a very shy person, or simply, I am very shy.
Remember that when you use person, you usually need the article a.
Mistake number 3 is using have instead of be, like saying, I have patient or I have creative.
We do not use have with personality adjectives.
You should say, I am patient or I am creative.
You can say, I have patience because patience is a noun, but patient is an adjective.
That difference is very important.
Mistake number 4 is using too many personality words at once.
Yes, some learners say long lists like, I am friendly, honest, hardworking, creative, patient, reliable, and confident.
That sounds like reading a dictionary, not like natural speech.
It is much better to choose 2 or 3 traits and explain them well.
Quality is always better than quantity.
Mistake number 5 is not giving examples.
Just saying, I am reliable is not very convincing.
But if you say, I am reliable, for example, I always meet my deadlines, it sounds much stronger.
Examples help people understand your personality more clearly.
Mistake number 6 is confusing opposite traits.
For example, saying, I am shy and outgoing without any explanation.
Instead, you should explain the context, like, I am shy at first, but I become outgoing once I feel comfortable.
That sounds natural and realistic.
Mistake number 7 is being too negative, especially in job interviews.
Saying, I am lazy or I am unreliable is not a good idea.
Instead, you can talk about weaknesses in a positive way.
For example, I can be a perfectionist sometimes, so I'm learning to manage my time better.
Or, I'm working on improving my public speaking skills.
That shows honesty and growth at the same time.
The last mistake is being dishonest about your personality.
If you say you are organized but you are always late, people will notice.
Being honest is always better than trying to sound perfect.
Exactly. Self-awareness is very attractive and very professional.
Now let us talk about something fun: personality idioms.
Idioms make your English sound more natural, but you should use them carefully.
The first one is the life of the party.
This describes the most energetic and fun person in a group.
For example, my cousin is the life of the party. Everyone has fun around him.
I am definitely not the life of the party.
Me neither. I'm more of a wallflower sometimes.
A wallflower is someone who is shy and stays in the background at social events.
Another common idiom is a social butterfly.
A social butterfly loves talking to everyone and moving from group to group.
You can say, she is a social butterfly and knows everyone in the office.
Another nice idiom is down to earth.
This means someone is humble, practical, and easy to talk to.
Even though he's successful, he's very down to earth.
Another useful one is set in their ways.
This describes someone who does not like change and prefers routines.
My grandfather is set in his ways and eats the same breakfast every day.
That can be comforting, actually.
Another expressive idiom is, wears their heart on their sleeve.
This means someone shows their emotions openly.
You always know how they feel.
The last one is old soul.
This describes someone young who seems wise and mature.
My niece is only 12, but she is such an old soul.
These idioms are great, but remember not to force them.
Use them naturally and only when they fit the situation.
Now it is time to practice, and we want you to answer out loud if you can.
First question, what is one positive personality trait you have?
Use one of the sentence patterns we learned.
Second question, what is one thing you are working on improving about yourself?
Remember the pattern? I am working on becoming more.
Third question, describe yourself at work and at home.
You can say, at work I am, but at home I am.
Last question, how would your best friend describe you?
Use people say I am or my friends would say I am.
If you answered all of these questions, you are doing great.
Now let us quickly review what we learned today.
We learned positive traits like friendly, honest, hardworking, confident, patient, creative, and reliable.
We talked about realistic traits like shy, outgoing, talkative, quiet, serious, funny, organized, and spontaneous.
We learned powerful sentence patterns to describe personality naturally.
We talked about personality in different situations like work, home, stress, and new environments.
We covered common mistakes and fun idioms.
Most importantly, we learned that there is no perfect personality.
Everyone is different, and every personality has value.
Knowing how to talk about your personality in English will help you in conversations and interviews.
Now it is time for our question of the day.
If your best friend had to describe you in 3 words, what would they say?
My best friend would probably say organized, dependable, and caring.
My best friend would say funny, loyal, and slightly disorganized.
That sounds very honest.
Now it is your turn.
Write in the comments, my best friend would describe me as blank, blank, and blank.
We read your comments and we love learning about you. It's also great writing practice.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Subscribing helps us keep making calm and useful English lessons for you.
Keep practicing a little every day and be kind to yourself.
Your personality is already great, and now you know how to express it in English. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.